great new CBS comedy from producer Chuck Lorre. It's called Be Positive. Now, the series revolves around a therapist named Drew and his adventures trying to protect a wild woman named Gina who just happens to be his future kidney donor. All right, so joining me to talk about this series are the stars Thomas Middleditch and Annalee Ashford. Hi, Thomas. Hi, Annalee.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Thank you so much for being with us. Thomas, I want to start with you. The show, we're told, was inspired by the experiences of the creator of the show, Marco Panett. Did he find out that he really did need a new kidney and an old acquaintance volunteered her own?
That's precisely the story. Yeah, and there was some growing pains along the way. They had to teach each other a thing or two. But now they are bound for life. They're dear friends. Marco makes sure to call her every week. It's actually a really sweet story. When this is done, I will not call Annalee ever again. But but it's nice that Marco has that relationship.
Okay, so we know both of you from some of your previous work. Thomas nominated for an Emmy from Silicon Valley. Annalee, you won a Tony, and You Can't Take It With You. So what was the draw to be part of a network sitcom?
Well, this is sort of the best of the best of the bestest when it comes to network sitcoms. Not only do we get to work with the brilliant Chuck Lorre, he's the master of comedy, but I also get to work with this guy over here, Thomas Middleditch, who's a genius. And Marco Panett is telling this beautiful story from his life. So all the stars have aligned, and we're really honored and grateful that we get to share a story with the masses right now that reminds us all to stay connected, to love each other, to open our hearts to kindness, and to wink, wink, be positive, like for real.
Also, it's not just the title of the show, it's an attitude.
Amen.
Yeah, it's an attitude, it's the title, it's a blood type, it's all the things.
So for both of you, obviously we have this pandemic going on. How do you do a TV show during a pandemic?
There's a lot of hand washing, there are a lot of masks, and there are a lot of nasal swabs. Thankfully, we somehow have the type that only just go in a little bit and don't like scoop out your brain along with it. But yeah, you know, it's a lot of protocols. All the departments have these different pods and all these, you know, safety protocols come into place if, you know, something happens. But yeah, it's obviously a different way of shooting. We don't have a live audience, but you know, we're making do. The show must go on, as it were. So.
And my guess would be that just the fact that there is a show to do, that's got to be, you know, kind of exciting too. Annalee, I know that you have performed in Las Vegas, and Thomas, I'm going to get to you, but Annalee, tell me about what you have done here in Las Vegas.
I am honored to say that I have performed at the Smith Center for a small residency twice. It's one of my favorite venues in the country, the best sound system in America. And Las Vegas is one of my favorite audiences. It was really a dream come true getting to perform there. I'm from Denver originally, and we used to drive to Vegas a lot. And as a kid, that's where I would go to dance conventions. So Circus Circus has a special place in my heart in a way that very few places do.
Well, Circus Circus has a special place in all of our hearts. And Thomas, right. I did not know that you were...
Do they still have the big hot dogs?
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
My mouth just
That's right next door. It's lots of fun, but we can talk about that later. Thomas, I didn't know that you are a pilot and that you had a special visit here to Las Vegas.
Yes, I was very, very lucky, and I was invited out to Nellis Air Force Base and flew in an F-16 with the Thunderbirds. We did all kinds of insane maneuvers. I pulled 9 Gs, and I stayed awake the whole time. I barfed twice, and I made it back safely. And at one point, I even flew it a little bit. But by that time, I was so sick that I just sort of flew in a straight line. But yeah, it was a dream come through. A dream come true. A dream came true through.
There you go.
There you go. Perfect.
All right. Hey, before we go, with the subject of your show being about a kidney donor, I wanted to ask you both personally, have you thought about organ donation after being part of the show?
Yeah, you know, my mom is actually the recipient of 2 cornea transplants, so I'm very close to the land of organ donation and always check the donor box when I get my driver's license. And when my son was born, we donated the cord blood. It's a really easy thing to do, my friends. Just tell them when you get there, when I have this baby, I want to donate this cord blood. It saves lives. It's awesome.
And Thomas?
Yeah, I've got it on the driver's license as well.
Awesome. All right, so the show is Thursday nights right here on 8 News Now. Be positive, and we're totally positive about the show. And thank you guys so much for taking time to talk with us today, and we'll see you on the tube.
Take care.
Thanks for having us.